Hey all, this is Eucep again, and yeah, it's been a while since my last video, but never mind. Uh, yeah, I had a request a good while ago, which was for making a video about my most favorite Optimus Prime and Megatron figures. Frank put I already did those, so yeah, I don't like to disappoint. At least not as bad as I've done so far. So yeah, I'm going to go for second best. Now my first best would be my Shadow Blade Megatron from Animated and my 20th anniversary Optimus Prime, both already on my channel. So who am I going to pick? Well, for me it's a fairly easy job. Both figures come from the same line, they are their opposites, so I'm going to treat them as such. Optimus versus Megatron from the Cybertron line. I'm going to review each of these figures separately. I'm going to go over their personality in this video, but the toys themselves are going to be for the individual videos, which will come later on. So why am I picking those two as my second best? First of all, I will note, as usual, I have never seen Cybertron fully. I have only seen Galaxy Force fully. And Galaxy Force to me is one of the best story-driven lines, best story-driven cartoons that's been made for the entire Transformers line. Alright, Animated is a lot better, Beast Wars is better, but among the trilogy and among some of the other stuff made, it ranks a whole lot higher than most other stuff. And for these two, well, I picked them both from aesthetical values, because both are incredibly good looking, as well as having both a very interesting personality. Megatron is probably one of the most despisable of all the Megatrons and Galvatrons out there so far. He isn't insane in case of Megatron, Seku Galvatron, but he's a fucking evil bastard. He really doesn't care one iota about anyone else but himself. And all he believes in is true and utter power by sheer power. He doesn't believe in anything else, and he presses it forward every single time. And not only does he press it forward, he also means business. Unlike some of the leaders of the Decepticons before, this guy really knows how to use his power and thoroughly pound the Transformers on the Autobot side, and even his own men when needed. Yeah, alright, he had some difficulty with Starscream, because Starscream himself just owns a lot. But still, this Megatron and his upgraded Galvatron are some of the most insanely powerful versions ever there. Even though it reaches a bit too much into the mystical energy sources way, especially with the way he's depicted. Now, I know from the Cybertron line it's more like he's been empowered by Unicron, but in Galaxy Force there really isn't any hint as to where that actual power comes from, other than some dark, mysterious force, which has been used before, so it's nothing new. So yeah, Megatron, very powerful, very mean, absolutely not caring about anything else. Especially during the last episode of this, the Galaxy Force line, his troops really ask him, like, wouldn't you protect us from anything? And he simply, if you're not strong enough to survive on your own, you're dead. And yeah, that's when it really sinks down as to who he really is, even to his own men, who then pretty much abandon him wisely, because they aren't as forced in troops as some of the other series had. There are earlier series where his troops were far more loyal to him, but in this case, not really. On the other hand, we have the mighty and powerful Galaxy Convoy, leader of the entire Cybertronian race, and General Powerhouse. He really believes in his people, he believes in his troops, he believes in the power of the Autobots working together. And at the beginning of the series, he is pretty much the most powerful Autobot there is. Yeah, still he gets beaten up by Megatron with some effort. And it's during the entire show, it's every time one gets a power increase, the other gets a power increase. And where Megatron delves deeper into that dark power of shadow and evil, Optimus is more into, well, his men, his friends, his faith in life itself, which empowers him steadily more. And then he also gets empowered by his connection with others, that mainly being Leo Breaker with the Power Claw, and I'm not entirely sure on his English name, but now I really forgot his name. The other one he combines with, yeah, stupid, but I forgot his name. Just powers him up, makes him faster, makes him stronger, and makes him kick more ass. But in the end, it isn't even them who really empower him, but himself. And also a smidgen help by Vector Prime, who himself never appeared as being that strong, but once at the end, with the final showdown between these two forces of good and evil, yeah, it's quite evident that Optimus can really draw from any source of good to make it stronger. And for that reason alone, I still want to find an upsized version of Vector Prime's sword, just to put in the hands of my Galaxy Convoy or Cybertron Optimus Prime. So yeah, to me, they really are favorites. They are good toys. Articulation, transformation, overall design, everything really works quite well for them. So yeah, I'm going to go and work on the individual reviews now. See you later.